Who will remain, their absence will be marked. Yeah, join the class. Anushika, Pragati, Partras, Arpita, Vandan. Yeah, all of you join the class fast. So children, we will discuss regarding analytical paragraph in your writing section. In your writing section, analytical paragraph is asked. Then letter writing is given. Okay. So this we will discuss. I am sharing the screen with you. So, is the screen visible to you, children?
Yes, sir.
Anushika, is it visible? Analytical paragraph?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So, children, what an analytical paragraph? What an analytical paragraph is? Analytical paragraph is a form of descriptive writing which is written on the basis of a given chart, graph, data, outline, clues, table, etc. Is it clear to you? On what basis you have to do it? You have to do it on the basis of a chart, graph, data, outline, clues, tables. Means in a question related to analytical paragraph, either a chart will be given, either a graph will be given, a data will be given. Then what you have to do? You have to study that data. You have to understand that data, that what information has been given. And after having an analysis of the given information, you have to answer the question. It requires analysis and comparison of the given facts and drawing conclusion based on the given data. What you have to do, you have to make an analysis and comparison of the given data. Okay, the given data will be given, a comparison will be there between different things. So you have to understand that. You have to make an analysis of the data, you have to make a comparative study of the given data, and then after understanding it, you have to write your response. When writing an analytical paragraph, one should remember to describe the fact in the best possible manner and cover the information provided. All the information given there in the analytical paragraph, either it may be a chart, graph, data, or the clues. All that information you have to mention while writing your answer. Okay, you have to understand it, you have to make an analysis of it, you have to compare the given data, and after understanding all this, you have to write your answer. When writing an analytical paragraph, one should remember to describe the facts in the best possible manner. You have to describe the facts given there in the paragraph in the best possible manner and cover the information provided. All the information given, you have to cover. The paragraph must be clear and crisp. It must be clear. Whatever the idea you want to communicate, that should be communicated very well, and its language must be crisp. Okay, providing complete detail of the data provided in the question. Complete data, complete description you have to provide. So, is it clear to you, children, what is an analytical paragraph?
Yes, sir.
And in what form the question will be given? That you have understood? that in an analytical paragraph, either a chart may be given, a table may be given, a data may be given, a graph may be given, and this will be comparative in nature. This will be comparative, means it will, what it will show, what it will indicate, it will indicate a comparison between two things. For example, the question may be regarding, you could be given a table indicating a comparison between poverty line in India from 1947 to 1980 and thereafter. Okay, so you will, then what you will do, you will understand, okay, you will make an analysis that at that time what was the situation of poverty, at present what is the situation, and likewise you will write the information, and at the top you will write that the paragraph is about the situation of poverty in our country from this period to this period, from 1947 to 1980 and thereafter. Okay, so likewise it is to be. So features of an analytical paragraph, it describes the given chart, table, data, graph. What it does, it describes the given chart, table, graph. Okay, children, what you have to do, that you have to understand, that you have understood or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
You have to describe what you see there in the question, in the given chart, in the given table, in the given data, that you have to write only. First of all, your first line should be what the given chart, given table, given graph is about. That you have to write. That this is the given chart is exhibiting a comparative study about the children, how they spend their time. For example, the question is related to youth spending their time in different activities. Some of them are spending their time on internet, some of them are spending their time in watching TV, some of them are spending their time in playing sports and games. Okay, some of them in playing indoor games. Okay, so the given chart will show this. It is about what the given chart. For example, the question may be regarding this, that this is a graph. It is indicating how the youth spend their time in different activities. What are the different activities? One on internet, other on television, next playing games, outdoor games or indoor games. Okay, so now while writing your response, you can write first line that the given graph is about the activities of the youth, how youth spend their time. Okay, it is describing that how the youth spend their time in different activities as surfing net, watching TV, playing outdoor games, playing indoor games. Okay, and then you can describe the given percentage that you see there in the given graph or given table. For example, if it is given that 60% of the individual of the youth, they spend their time there on net. Okay, then 30% spend their time on playing outdoor games. So likewise, whatever the information you found there in the given question, the same you have to write. Is it clear to you, students?
Yes,
So
sir.
it describes the given chart, table, data, graph. What it does, analytical paragraph, it simply describes the chart, table, data, graph that is given there in that question. Then it should be brief and comprehensive. but at the same time include complete information. It should be brief, but it should include all the informations. Whatever the informations are given, that are to be included. Then it should state the facts that are provided. Whatever the facts are provided in the question, that are to be described well. It should have simple and accurate language. Language of the analytical paragraph should be simple and accurate. It should mention figures and quantities appropriately. Whatever the number is given, quantity is given, that is to be described appropriately. Then it should use the tense. It should use the same tense throughout. It should not provide any personal observation or response. The observation is to be given on the basis of the data provided. Okay, what you see there in the given question, in the given chart, table, graph, the same you have to comprehend, the same you have to provide. It should preferably use the basic form of the one. Okay, so this is then children, format of an analytical paragraph. So what we have discussed so far, you have understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Keep on providing your response. Okay. Now, format of an analytical paragraph. This is, I am telling you how it is to be written. Then we will discuss the question. So furthermore, you will understand. The content of the paragraph must include the following. Following things are to be included: introduction, explain in one or two lines the context or what is clearly evident from the chart of the chart or graph. So first line, what you have to write, children? First you have to write the introductory line. You have to write the introduction. And from where you will get the introduction? What you see there in the given chart, in the given graph, okay, in the given table, that what is evident, what is clearly visible from the given data, that you have to write. As I said, that we discussed that a question may be regarding how youth spend their time in different activities. So the first line you can write that the given graph is about the activities of the youth, that how they spend their time in different activities. So likewise, whatever the given question is about, that you have to write. So first line should be introduction, okay, and it should explain in one or two lines the context or what is clearly evident from the chart or graph. Is it clear to you, children? What you have to write there in the first line, what you have to write. Then body of the paragraph, explain in detail the figure and trends, making comparison and contrast. Wherever there is a comparison, what kind of comparison is made, that you have to write. For example, that these many students spend their time on internet, these many percentage of students spend their time in playing outdoor games, these many students spend their time in playing indoor games, these many students spend their time in study. So whatever the comparison or the contrasting data is presented there in the given graph, okay, or the chart, that you have to write, that you have to describe. So nothing, you have to understand the given figure and you have to write on the basis of that. Is it clear to you? First introduce the topic, first tell what it is about, and then write the given informations in a comparative manner. Then conclusion, give the overall view or summary of the chart or graph. Give the overall view. So final, you can write that as we have seen that the given graph is about the number of youths spending their time in different activities. From the graph, it is clearly evident that most of the youth, they spend their time on this activity. So likewise, conclusion you can provide, that is the dominating feature that remains dominating feature that of the given chart or graph. Then points to remember. We must not include any personal opinion, conclusion or observation, but simply stick or adhere to the facts. We should adhere to the facts. What the facts are mentioned, what the facts are visible, evident from the given question, that only we have to write after making a study of them, after making an analysis of them. Then we must choose wisely the important information. We have to get the important information from the given data. We have to get the important informations, collect the important informations. We have to organize them well. We have to organize and state the correct fact and summarize. We have to organize them well. We have to write them. We have to understand and summarize it properly. For introduction, we can start with phrase such as, how you can start the introductory line. The chart given above describes. The given table suggests. The line graph shows. The data given provides information about. The pie chart illustrates. Likewise, first introductory line you can write, which describes what the given graph, given table, okay, or given information is about. Okay, children, the first line you have understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then for body of the paragraph, we should organize the information well. We should look for the large differences that are very prominent. The large differences which are very much visible by looking at the graph, by looking at the figure, very easily you can understand that yes, this is the difference, this is the comparison, this is the broad division. So that you have to write. We can mention the aspect which is the smallest or the largest in the data given. Okay, what are the different informations? For example, we discussed that these many students are, this many number of youth are spending their time on this activity, this many on that activity. So all the given, all the informations provided to us, after making an analysis, we have to write that. Then any aspect that is similar should be mentioned next. We should further mention about the aspect that has remained unchanged or is constant throughout. If any information is constant throughout, we have to mention that. Then, if the chart or table mentions two different groups, we should refer to both of them in the paragraph. If there is any contrast or comparison that could be drawn, we must present it effectively. Any contrast is there, any comparison is there, that we should present effectively. If the chart is about a particular time period or highlights the trends of several years, we should mention about it. As I gave you example, that if the question may be regarding the poverty scenario there in our country from 1947 to 1980 and thereafter. So you can mention the given years that in this period the poverty scenario was like this, and in this period it is like this. So you have to mention the given data. For describing the pattern of growth, for example, if any pattern of growth is there, we can use the phrases like rapidly, doubled, skyrocketed, striking increase, peaked, soared, declined. All such things you can use. Okay, all these words you can use for describing what? A rise or decline. Then mentioning quantities When including numbers and figures, the accuracy must be ensured. Quantities can be described in a number of ways, such as percentage. If any quantity is given, you can describe that in the form of percentage, fraction, ratio. For describing quantities, we can also use words and phrases like 1/3 of, nearly 1/4 of, majority of, on an average, twice as much, almost equal, the highest, the lowest, approximately. Describing different data, you can use these words. Describing quantity, you can use the language as mentioned. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then for establishing relationship or contrast, if you have to present a contrasting situation, a relationship you have to describe, then we can make use of words and phrases like similarly. In the year 1980, the poverty trend remained unchanged. Okay, or if you find the growth, then you can similarly, it kept on an increasing line in this year also. In contrast with, you can use in contrast with 1947, there was a rise in the number of whatever the given information you can. Okay, in comparison to this year, the number of the given number regarding anything you can write. However, whereas as opposed to, you can write as opposed to year 1947, in 1960, the percentage was on an increasing trend or a declining trend. Likewise, the sentences you can use, okay, for contrast and relationship. Then for conclusion, we may use words and phrases like overall, subsequently, in all, in a nutshell. Okay, to sum up, in short, therefore. Okay, so likewise, for details you could provide. So children, all these you have understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. In
Yes, sir.
question, see, in your writing section, 2 questions are asked. 1 question remains there regarding analytical paragraph. It remains and regarding analytical paragraph. So, 2 questions are given regarding analytical paragraph, and a choice is given to you. And out of the 2 questions related to yes, you want to ask something? We will discuss the question. Okay. So from the given questions, you have to do any one. So both the questions will be regarding analytical paragraph. So children, it becomes very easy. What you have to do, you understand the given data well, and after that you write your ideas, what you have understood, what the paragraph is about. Okay. Then the next question, children, that of your this writing section remains that of later writing. It remains about what? Later writing. Okay. So the later writing is regarding a letter to editor, a letter of complaint. Okay. Then a letter for placing order. So likewise, the different letters are there that we will discuss. So this, your writing section is that of 5 marks. 5 marks. Your writing section is that of 10 marks. Okay, 5 marks question that of analytical paragraph, and 5 marks question that of later writing. So 2 questions, 5 marks each, and total 10 marks. So writing section is that of how many marks that you have understood or not?
Yes, sir.
10 marks, 2 questions. 1 question related to analytical paragraph and 1 question related to later writing. And the question related to analytical paragraph will be asked there in your this periodic test also. Okay? And the syllabus of the periodic test you have got, children?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this
Yes,
question, a simple question is there. Yeah. The given line graph provides information about the changes in birth and death rates in New Zealand between 1900 and 2101. Means it is about future. Okay. Write an analytical paragraph summarizing the information and make comparison where relevant in about 100 to 120 words. So your first line, children, will be what? The first line you have to write about the introduction to the paragraph. So there you write that the given graph is about. So do you find the introductory part there in the question or not? Do you find it there in the question or not?
Yes,
It
sir.
is given, the given line graph provides information about changes in birth rate and death rates in New Zealand between this and this period. So first line you can write, the given line graph is providing information about the changes in birth and death rates in New Zealand from 1901 to 2101. Okay, so what first line you have to write, that is clear to you or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now how the question will be given? See, in this manner, yeah. Likewise, the question will be given to you. Okay, so one side, children, here what is there? Years are given 1901, 1921, 41, 61, 81, 2001, 2020, 41, 61, 81. Likewise, one side what is given? Years. And other side what is given, children?
Birth and death.
Birth
and death rate.
Births and deaths. And the question is what? The question is, the given line graph provides information about the changes in birth and death rates in New Zealand from this period to this period. Okay. So now this line, this is about the death rate and this is about the birth rate. Okay, now children, you have to study it, that it is going on what trend. In 19, first of all, you have to compare birth rate and death rate. So death rate is, okay, it is in thousands. Okay, so 10,000, then in 1921 increased. Okay, then what you find in 1941. Okay, so how the graph is going on, children? How the graph is going on?
Increasing.
Yes, and if you see in birth rate, already it is starting from where 10,000 and it is starting from where 20. Already there is an elevation, already there is an increase. Okay, now see the graph how it is going. Okay, up to here what is there? This
Increasing.
yeah, this year you find it 1960, 1941 or after between 1961. Here it is what? Optimum. है ना? Optimum. Then what happened? There was a decline.
Sudden
Okay.
decrease.
Then a little bit increase. And then what is there? Decline.
Sudden decrease.
What is the number? 50,000. In which year you find out? Okay. 1981. Then again, children, what you find? 60,000. In which year? Okay, you find out 85 roundabout. And then what happened? There is a decline there in birth rate. Okay, so now you see the answer how it is written. The graph shows changes in the birth and death rates in New Zealand since 1901 and forecast trends till 2101. Okay, so first line is providing what, children? It is providing introduction to the given graph. So this is clear to you or not? That first line, in first line you have to define. In first line, what you have to do? you have to provide an introduction to the given data, that what it is about. You have understood this well or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your first line will be about what? The graph shows changes in the birth and death rates in New Zealand since 1901 and forecast trends till 2101. Now, between 1901 and 2041, the birth rate has been consistently higher than the death rate. Birth rate has been higher. So very easily you can find that this is higher. Birth rate is higher as compared to death rate. Okay, this you can find. So between 1901 to 2041, the birth rate has been consistently higher than the death rate. Okay, that you can notice. Then it stood at 20,000 in. Then you further describe. In 1901, it was 20,000 at the start of this period and started increasing gradually after that. Where you find an increase in birth rate or death rate? Birth rate. Okay, so that you have mentioned. It reached its peak of around 65,000 in 1961. In 1961, it reached its peak. Okay, you see, it is. Okay, it is.
Yes, sir.
And here you can see it is between 60 to 70. So it reached its peak. So what you are writing, children? You are writing whatever information that is given to you there in the graph. So it reached to its peak of around 65,000 in 1961. Since then, the birth rate has fluctuated between 50,000 and 60,000. Then there was a fluctuation. This was the peak, then going higher, then lower, then higher. Okay, so decline, increase, decline, increase, decline. So this period from here to here, this is of a fluctuation. It means there is a change. Sometimes it is increasing, sometimes it is declining. So that you have mentioned. Okay, children?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, since then
Yes,
the birth
sir.
rate has fluctuated between 50,000 to 60,000. It is expected to decline in the coming years, reaching approximately 42,000 by 2101. Okay. So after that there was a decline. In contrast, the death rate stood at around 10,000 in now. Contrasting data is that of death. How it is? In contrast, the death rate stood at around 10,000 in 1901 and has increased steadily after that. An increase is there. It is expected to risk strikingly from 2021 before leaving off to approximately 60,000 between 2061 and 2081. The graph indicates a slight decline in deaths in the year 2101. Okay, so you can see here it is a decline. Decline is there or not? So that you
Yes,
have
sir.
to see and that you have to write. However, this gap is expected to reduce in the later year. Overall, as opposed to the prevailing trends, the death rate will be reversed and will be more than the birth rate in the later part of this century. Then it is given overall view. Overall, as opposed to the prevailing trend, the death rate will be reversed and will be more than the birth rate in later part of the century. Okay, children. So this is then a question. This question you have to do as homework. The time is reaching up. The given chart shows the division of household tasks by gender in Great Britain. Write an analytical paragraph describing the chart in not more than 100 to 120 words. So this is your chart. Okay, this is your question. You take a photo of it. Okay, take a screenshot of it. And this question you have to do, children. Have you taken the screenshot? First of
Yes,
all,
sir.
yeah,
Yes,
this is the question. The given chart shows the
Yes,
division
sir.
of household tasks by gender in Great Britain. Write an analytical paragraph describing the chart in not more than 100 to 120 words. And this is the chart. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you have written.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
done.
now just a minute, children. Yeah. So now you just turn on your cameras. Only 5 minutes are there. 2 to 3 minutes are there. Turn on your camera, children. All of you.
Sir, I'm using on PC, so I can't.
Turn on your camera. So you have understood this or not? We will. Yeah, it's good. Anushika is following all the communications imparted. Yeah, very good. You just turn on your camera, children. So this is what we have discussed regarding analytical paragraph. We will continue it in the next class. We will continue it in the next class. Okay. Yeah, good, Ria, Manali. Yeah, turn on your camera, children. Good. Prakriti Tripathi. So you have understood it or not? You have understood about the analytical paragraph or not?
Yes, sir.
It's very simple, children. The first line already I have mentioned that what you see that you have to write, and thereafter what you have to do, the comparative study you have to write. Okay, what that has been projected, what that has been shown there in the graph, in the pie chart, okay, or in the table, that you have to study well and that you have to do. So the question I have given, you do it, and then tomorrow we will discuss its answer and we will discuss some more questions. Okay, and prepare well for your periodic test. Okay, these marks will be included there in the your final exams. Okay, so left no stone unturned to score full out of full. Try to get 40 out of 40. Okay, so study well, read well, prepare well. Okay, okay, students.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, can you send the PDF of this?
Yeah, that I will provide you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, students.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, children.